What's up guys, Eric with Verus Engineering, and we are doing an install on our BMW M4. So we have some plastic jack pucks on the factory car, which are known to get damaged over time by use of jack stands, jacks, and So we're basically producing and designing some units made out of 6061, which will handle the loads of a jack and jack stands and can take a beating for years and years to come. These were specifically designed for a jack stand that we recommend on our website, and we can recommend potentially in the comments if Alex does a good job. In front of you, you see what's included in the kit. We have 4 jack pucks. We have, I don't know exactly what we're gonna call these. I forget what we call them. Call them something in the Supra, like jack puck hold downs. Basically, this goes inside the chassis and then allows the jack puck to be installed. We have 4 O-rings to create a weather-tight seal against the chassis. We then have the bolts and the washers that then allow us to install this entire kit onto the car. All right, so we have a flathead screwdriver, we have a pry bar, and then we have a ratchet with a 5mm Allen wrench. You can use an Allen wrench as well, but you need to get about 10 to 12 foot-pounds of torque on this guy, so whatever you need to use to get that. All right, so this is the top side on the vehicle of the jack puck. So right here is where you're basically gonna try and get like a screwdriver in, and then there's actually a little thing, which I obviously broke. I actually haven't figured out specifically how to remove these without breaking them, but I think you're supposed to go in here, push this backwards, and then you can like pull it down. I basically pull it in and then pull it down. You can also use a pry bar, and that's basically what you're gonna do on the car side. So get something in there, pull that down. Again, there's clips that basically attach it to the chassis, and if you want to try and push them in at the same time and get that to come down in one piece, be my guest, but I haven't succeeded yet. All right, so we're gonna flip over one of the jack pucks. We're gonna install the O-ring. If you have an issue with the O-ring sitting in a square hole or a square spot, because O-rings like to be round, you can use a little bit of silicone grease, and that helps that O-ring kind of stick in place a little bit better. This seems to be doing a decent job, so I'm just gonna let it eat. I'm gonna grab a bolt, a washer, put that through the bottom. Then on this side, we're gonna put this side, if you can see, there's 2 little indents. I'm gonna put that down. So that part sits up. Now if you look on the bottom side, we'll show you the chassis side. There's basically a groove in the underside of the chassis. We're gonna stick this up. We're gonna rotate it 90 degrees by turning the bolt, and then push this down by pulling the bolt down and then tightening, and that's how you basically hold this unit into the chassis. All right, so we're actually doing some development on our vehicle right now, so the car isn't actually on the ground. I do not recommend doing the install this way. What I recommend is actually using a jack up the back, work on the front, put it back down, jack up the front, work on the back. Do it one at a time. It won't take very long. It's gonna be way easier than doing it on a lift. What I'm doing is a little sketchy. Do not recommend. So I'm doing it without the puck right now. We're basically gonna go up, rotate it 90, pull down, and then you can feel it's locked in, and then that's when you can start tightening this, and basically that's what holds it in place when it's installed. So now we're gonna do it with the jack puck. All right, let's see here. Rotate it 90, let it go down. So now it's caught. I have the jack puck down, and then I can start tightening this. And as you get closer, you can feel the jack puck go to like what I would call its home, which are those 2 slots, which find that and register it in the chassis. And then again, we're gonna torque this to about 10 to 12 foot-pounds. It's an M8 going into aluminum, so it doesn't need to be crazy tight, but you don't want this backing off and falling off. So we're gonna do about 10 foot-pounds, the German spec way. Guten tight. There you go, done. All right guys, that concludes the install of our jack pucks for the BMW M4. We believe this will fit the M2, M3, M4 off the G series. We're also gonna try and figure out if it fits the F series, but we also have the Super jack pucks, which probably fit other BMWs because all BMWs kind of share the same stuff. So if you have any questions, send us an email, sales@verusengineering.com. Until next time.